You've been told that your DotFeed account is configured, set up, and now ready for you to manage the rules. Okay, now what? Well, welcome to this tutorial video that will walk you through the DotFeed dashboard and help guide you through the basics of setting up new rules and maintaining rules as needed, determined by the channel or channels that you have purchased. In our example today, we will be looking at the Google Product Search channel. Even though our tutorial looks at this channel to show the rules, the creation and maintenance of rules apply to the different channels in pretty much the same way. In this tutorial, we'll be discussing default rules, rule to exclude products from the feed, a rule for a category, and a rule for a specific product. To begin, log into your DotFeed account. Go to http://www.asp.netstorefront.com, hover over Support, and select My.Feed. Enter your email address and your password, and then select Login. Once you're signed in and at the DotFeed dashboard, select the channel that you want to manage, click the Manage button, and then select Mapping Rules. During the installation of your DotFeed account, a representative will have already set up two default rules. One that adds a string for analytics to the link URL. The other queries the inventory balance and sets the availability to out of stock if that threshold is below 3. We have found that this rule helps minimize the number of out-of-stock products in each feed update displaying an in-stock status. Either of these default rules can be changed or deleted as you would like, but we recommend minimal changes and certainly recommend not deleting them. And now you can proceed with creating new rules for your feed. The first rule to create is a general rule for all products. Due to the rules and guidelines established by Google to not allow firearms or ammunition in Google Shopping, it is much easier to create a rule that excludes all products first, then begin creating rules that include products that are not only approved by the Google Shopping guidelines and rules, but also make a small subset of your best-selling categories and/or individual products. The flip side of this is including everything in the feed and then create rules to exclude specific categories and/or products. We have found that the method of excluding everything up front and then including categories and/or products is not as daunting of a task. In either case, however, the necessary time you will need to dedicate to creating and managing rules in DotFeed should be carefully planned out. Planning and testing will most certainly require time to be successful in having rules do what you want. One rule may conflict with another rule and cause a rule we expect to perform in a certain way not do what we expect at all. It may, at times, appear that the feed is broken because it's not doing what we want. Review the rules and adjust the rules themselves, or even reorder rules to eliminate conflicts. Let's create our first rule. In this case, we will create a rule for all products to be excluded from the feed by setting the exclude from feed to true. Click on Add New Rule. If all of the following are true, product ID is greater than 0, then set exclude from feed to equal true, and then save. In this rule, all products have a product ID greater than 0, so no products will be included in the feed. Next, let's look at a specific category. We'll create a rule that sets the exclude from feed to false for that specific category. Let's say, for example, the optics category has a category ID of 9. We then create a rule that reads, if all of the following are true, category ID equals 9, then set exclude from feed to equal false, and save that rule. Rules are applied from the bottom up. You can drag rules to reorder them. As the rules are read here, we have a rule that specifies that no products are included in the feed, and then we're looking at one specific category and now setting those to be included in the feed. So our feed now has some of our products, but doesn't include any of the non-approved products like firearms and ammunition. Next, we need to create a rule to map these products to a Google product category. To find out what Google has established as Google product categories, go to google.com and search for Google product category. The first link in that search result is usually the link you need. Midway down the page, select different settings for the taxonomy choice. In the case of our category 9, that is optics, we select cameras and optics, then optics, scopes, and then finally weapon scopes and sights. Select the text that's between the quotes in the text area on this page, copy that into the clipboard, and for our next rule, we'll use that text that's in our clipboard. We'll click Add New Rule and create a rule that reads as the following. If all of the following are true, category ID equals 9, then set Google product category, and then paste the text that we got from the Google product category taxonomy. Save that, and you'll now see that we have a rule that sets the Google product category to be cameras and optics, then scopes, and weapon scopes and sights. With these rules created, you'll now have all products excluded from the feed except for those in category 9, and the products from category 9 will be mapped to a specific Google product category. Creating a rule for a specific product works in the same way. Let's say, for example, we have a gun holster that has a product ID of 245. First, create a rule that includes the product ID in the feed. Add new rule. If all of the following are true, product ID equals 245. Exclude from feed equals false, and save that rule. Next, create a rule that maps that product to an appropriate Google product category. Let's go back to our Google product taxonomy page, and now we'll choose a different area to map this product. Let's go mature, weapons, gun accessories, and then we'll select gun holsters. And once again, we'll copy that text that's in between the quotes into our clipboard. Go back to our DotFeed dashboard, add new rule, If all of the following are true, product ID equals 245, then set Google product category, and then we'll paste what we captured from Google product category taxonomy. Save that rule. And now we see we have a rule now that specifies the product ID of 245 to go to the Google product category of mature weapons, gun accessories, gun holsters. Review your website's taxonomy and begin coming up with your own rules to get the products and/or categories you want in your feed. This concludes this tutorial on creating and managing rules within DotFeed. Thank you for watching.